So today we're going to talk about what kind of content to put out there when you're creating a blog, putting things on social media, or creating a community page. So first thing you want to remember is a lot of buyers and sellers out there that are going through content online are not necessarily looking for a bunch of pictures of houses because they could find that anywhere online. Specifically, if they're looking for houses, they're going to go to the sites that carry those pictures and content. So what you want to do is you want to provide information that's valuable to local consumers. The first thing you want to do is become hyper-local, which means you want to know what's going on in your community, what events are taking place, what activities are happening around town, if new businesses are opening. That's the kind of information that consumers want, and they'll follow your community page or they'll follow your blog just to get that great information. If you make it fun, involved, and you're hyper community, people will come and they'll come back again and again and again. And if they see you're the agent posting all that information, then they're going to go to you as the resource when having to buy or sell in that area. So example number two, if you have a opportunity, example number two, if you're in the community and you notice that a new business is opening, say it's a new restaurant or a new coffee shop, best thing to do is to approach the manager or owner of that business. Let them know that you have a social media page or a blog that attracts hundreds or thousands of consumers on a regular basis, and you'd like to highlight their business and talk about what makes their business so special, why they opened in the first place, and also what I would do is offer an incentive of some sort to any of your subscribers. So you would ask the manager or the owner, hey, if one of my subscribers says that they read this blog or saw this on my social media page, would you be willing to provide them with some type of incentive, like a free beverage or 20% off their first check? That way what you're doing is you're providing free advertisement to the patron, and what you're doing is then in turn you're going back and giving this great value or incentive to any of your consumers. That way they find value in what you're offering and providing. Plus, not to mention, this business-to-business communication and efforts that you have with the business owner is now going to turn them into a potential buyer or seller in the near future. If you're putting content on social media, what you want to do is you want it to spread like wildfire or become viral. And in order for this to happen, you have to have fun contests or some type of incentive for your subscribers to share it with their friends. So therefore, their friends can share it with their friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. So for instance, you could do something like, hey, for whoever shares this post the most times, I'm going to provide you with a gift certificate to the Cheesecake Factory. Or you could say something like, hey, whoever comments the most interesting story or whatever may relate to the particular post that you're putting up, I'm going to pick the best feature or the best story that somebody had to contribute, and they'll win a something or other. Now remember, when making posts online and trying to create content for your consumers, they want you to switch it up a little bit. So they need something that's informative, and that's when you can kind of show off your expertise and say, hey, did you know this about the real estate market? Or hey, sellers should know this before selling their home, or buyers should consider this before buying new construction versus resale. All these little tips and tidbits kind of show that you're the professional in your field, but you can't make it all about real estate. It starts to get a little boring. So you have to mix it up. Now, I often say to somebody that if you're putting up content or post, to do a mix of videos and pictures and some of your personal information about your personal life and the fact that you maybe have children or your kids like to go to a certain park, or your favorite ice cream is Rocky Road and you go to the particular ice cream shop, and that you sell real estate, and that you do an open house, and that you love working with buyers and sellers. And last but not least, remember, the copy for your articles, whether it's a blog post or whether it's the title for your video on YouTube, or it's the title for your image that you put onto social media, the copy is very important because when people do searches online, if they're searching for something similar to the topic of your article or your video, it's going to come up in search criteria when people put in a search on Google. So remember, you want a nice, clean, to the point, and even a sexy sounding topic. That way when somebody comes across it and they see the first initial title of what they're about to look at, it's going to stop them in their tracks, and they're going to go ahead and take a look or read or watch the video or whatever content you're providing. They'll stop and look at it as long as you have a catchy title or phrase, or you have good quality copy that people are searching for online. So there you have it. If you have anything else that you'd like to contribute when using social media or community posts, please comment below. We'd like to know some of that information so we can talk about it next time. And if you'd like, go ahead and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Until then, I'll see you next time.